I'm going to show you all the invention that single-handedly brought everyone so much closer together. It's something that you see and most likely use every single day. Cars. However, we cannot start from here. Let's go back. The Ford Model T. Introduced in 1908, it is widely considered to be the first ever mass production automobile, featuring a 20 horsepower, 2.9-liter inline-4 paired to a twin-speed planetary gear set. It cost just $825 in 1908, which is about $29,000 today, give or take. With that said, don't just let me tell you cars were the things that brought people together the most. Listen to this person I interviewed.
Excuse me. Can I ask you a few questions for school final project?
Of course.
First off, what's your name?
My name is Leroy.
All right. Leroy, what do you think is the most important invention that brought people together?
Arguably, I think that it's cars. Cars allow people to travel way further than before. Because before cars, the most you could travel outside of your town was a few miles, maybe to the neighboring town. Any further than that, it would have to be like a long journey. And now with cars, you can just drive over. And towns can be a lot bigger, which can have more people in a town and bring people together.
All right, that's actually really smart. Anything else you'd like to add?
I don't know. I mean, cars, they brought people together.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the invention of cars, especially the affordable ones, mainly like the Model T, for instance, really brought people together. You know, you could, because before you couldn't really, for instance, horses, you couldn't really bring horses out, go see your friends, because everyone owned it. Pretty much everyone was a farmer, and
Yeah.
you couldn't just take it
Plus,
out. But
you
yeah,
don't have to like feed and water your car. You
Yeah.
just have to give it gas, which is
yeah, no. Once it's not in use, it doesn't eat. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, and have a great day.
you too. You're welcome.
All right.
Yes, what they said was very true, but it can also be expanded upon. They're right. Before cars, there were very few ways to move a long distance, but cars also brought a whole new community, a very, very big community, and that is the car community. Car meets, car clubs, cars and coffee, car shows, they all bring people together. And why even stop there? Look at movies. I bet you all know this car. Or this car. Or this one. And maybe even this one. What I'm saying is, you don't even need to be a car person to be connected by them. Cars can connect people by, like the person I interviewed said, transport, for instance. Horses were one of the top ways before cars to get where you need to go. However, there were many problems, such as they were mainly only used for farm work, so you couldn't really just, take the family horse out to go hang out with some friends. And they could also only go a few miles at full speed, which the full speed is around 30 miles per hour. And even if you had them at a canter, which is around 15, they can only go 30 miles, which is, round trip. The max you could go out is 15 miles. And yeah, so there are many issues with taking a horse out. And I asked my grandpa about some memorable experiences and core memories, and at least 75% of them mentioned cars. For example, one of them was, I remember going to Piper's Drive-In with a few of my old pals in high school. We was in my old Beetle, a 62 I believe. We just got paid, and I remember ordering an ice cream sundae, and I had spilt it in my seat. This just shows how much cars did all of this. Almost everything in that story was made from cars. For example, the quick transport of the ice cream was done by a car. Drive-ins were made for cars, and they were in a car. And it's more than just cars that bring people together. Motorsports are a very huge thing. Think of like NASCAR, Formula One, Indy, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, rally, hill climbs, off-roading. There is a motorsport for everyone. Formula One alone manages to get over 800 million fans. That is 1 of 10 people in the world that are a fan of Formula One. One of the lines from The End of Solitude is, "What technologies in transportation exacerbated, we could live further and further apart. Technologies of communication redressed." Which basically means, because of cars, we could live further apart. Which, going off that, means that we could go further as well. A 30-mile trip via an automobile would only take a bit more than an hour. But with a horse, it would have been a multi-hour long horse ride. There's also direct evidence too. The population of Los Angeles, according to the Wikipedia page, went from 102,000 in 1900 to 1.2 million people in 1930. And I think it's very fair to say that cars are the primary reason for this, because almost every American household had gotten one within that time frame. Wrapping this up, I hope you guys see how I see things. That cars are the cornerstone of community, bringing people together directly and indirectly. Special thanks to Leroy N. for being an interviewee, and thank you guys for listening.